honestly, I don't know what I'm going to talk about just yet. It's a ramble, it's a whispered ramble, so if you want to relax, if you want to just grab headphones, sit back, relax. You can either pay attention to what I'm going to say, or you cannot. Before we even get started though, I have a request for you. Is there anything in life that you need advice on, or you just want to hear me talk about, or have questions you want me to answer? Not necessarily like a Q&A, like personal questions about me, because I want to do that as a whole separate video, but like, I really want to do like an advice column video, like answering your guys' questions. So if it's like about like your love life, or academics, or family, or honestly whatever, like go for it. About like fitness, mental health, etc. Those are all things that I like to give advice about. So if you have anything, please put it in the comment section. I want to read it, I want to talk about it, and I will keep your name anonymous if I talk about the topic in a video. So without further ado, let's get into the ramble. And people have been asking me to do some videos where I don't tap, so today, I'm not gonna tap, except for a little tapping at the beginning, but besides that, no more tapping. Done with tapping. But anyways, so, who else has seasonal depression? Because that's a thing that's getting started. Yeah, by the way, if you are new here, the videos don't always start like that, but, sometimes, I just like to talk about stuff like this, and I think the onset of, like, Thanksgiving break into December, the weather getting colder, the skies getting grayer, our minds just kind of go there, so let's talk about it, let's be there for each other. If you're new here, you're probably unfamiliar with this, but for the people who have me here, you know that I love the idea of fostering a sense of community here, so let's make sure we are here for one and another, that we're not just abandoning each other. So how are you? No, really, how are you? And it's totally okay if you can't really explain what's going on in the inner workings of your mind. I know it's so easy to just say, I'm fine. But it's okay if you're not. You don't owe me an explanation for why you feel a certain way. That's for you. Just know that I'm here for you. I'm here to listen. So just feel free to talk about it. Tell me what's going on. We don't have to give everything meaning. Some things can mean nothing. You went on a walk today, you thought about nothing, that's fine. That's okay. But you did get some fresh air. That is a thing that I'm trying to challenge myself to do, actually. I am trying to take every situation and see, even if there's just the tiniest little positive in there. You went on a walk in the freezing cold, it was raining, you were already having a bad day. But the rain sounded so good. It was kind of calming. It was almost as if for one blissful second, your problems didn't really mean anything. You're kind of away from the reality of it all. And that's kind of beautiful, isn't it? Because even for 1 second, you can believe that that's possible. And who knows, with the right choices and the right steps and the right turn of cards, I don't think that's a phrase, with the right dominoes to fall, it's possible to feel that way for much longer than a second. And I think that's one thing that's very exciting. Just like the seasons, just like it's very gray outside. Spring will come, the grass will get greener, the leaves will grow, flowers will bloom. It's really exciting. Nature shows that this is possible, and the inner workings of your mind have shown that's possible. I've gone from that gray to that green countless times. I think for me, because I think everyone thinks about everything in the context of this year, because this year has been such a wild time that, the beginning of the year almost feels like a distant memory, but the start of quarantine was very interesting and isolating for me, and a lot of other people. You go in from a time period where you maybe had an active social life, or just kind of a regular day-to-day that made sense to you, to all of a sudden just being inside. Whether if some people you were inside by choice previously, maybe you're a little more introverted, but now suddenly you're inside because you don't have a choice. And it's not as fun to do things when it's not your choice to do them. So suddenly you're inside for a reason that you might not be able to tangibly explain, and that's tough. It really is. But for me personally, that first few months was hard, and I'm gonna talk about it for a bit. I don't want to make my whole channel talking about this topic, but that's when I made a TikTok account, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try really hard to make really good videos on there, and I think I uploaded like 600 videos in the span of 3 months. I was trying really hard, and I got like 60 followers. It was rough. It was bad. No one cared. Literally no one cared. There's like a beauty in that. My laptop is overheating. That's not great. I might just have to bring this level down. So the laptop heating sound isn't as bad. Let me just get like close to the microphone. I don't know why you're being loud. Why could I be like that? So you know I'm recording a video, and you're like, I'm gonna start mouthing off now. Okay. That's fine. But then, like, there was like a turn of events, and in May, it was the last week of May. It was like May 29th, I think. And that's when I went from having like 600 followers. I jumped from 60 to 600. I was super happy about that. But I jumped from 600 to 50,000 really quickly, and like that's a lot for a person to take in. But then, like, I think there's something about like the human mind that likes like a level of stability. So your mind just like gets used to that, and that's not a thing you should get used to, because like all of a sudden like that continued level of success can be taken away so easily. So, something to be very cognizant of. So I went from growing a lot from June to the end of August, where I hit like 100,000, to not growing like ever again. And I think that's been a thing that's been difficult to rationalize for me, that I feel like I've been making videos that are even better than the ones that got me to this point, but they're not performing. And so really what I want to talk about is not like, oh, like feel bad for me, but it is kind of like that expectation setting and how that can kind of like affect your mental health. And back to what I said even more previously, it's like finding the little positives in everything. So I'm gonna try to do that for myself a little bit today, in that, anytime you like make something, or you create something, or you put something out there and it doesn't fit those expectations that you had for yourself, it's not necessarily of failure, and you have to learn how to, and I need to learn this too, of how to brand that as a learning experience. And you might not readily see the lesson that you're learning from it right away, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to eventually see that and see what you did right and what you did wrong. Because sometimes it could be the execution, sometimes it could be the idea, sometimes it could just be something that's out of your control, because at the end of the day, you're putting your content, and a machine is basically trying to send it to the right people that they think will engage with it. And sometimes there's a miscommunication there of like, you think you're trying to hit a certain kind of people, and machine doesn't really pick up on what you're thinking when you made the piece of content. Then all of a sudden, that disconnect means that it didn't perform well because it sent it to all the wrong people, and they're like, they didn't care about it. So some things are out of your control, and that's okay, because you're learning. And the more and more that you create stuff, the more likely you'll create something with quality, because you keep continuously learning, which is why I keep saying that I think I'm making better and better stuff, which means that when it eventually hits, it's gonna do well. It's just a matter of time of when that is. I think YouTube is similar, which is why I invested in new equipment and everything like that, because it increases, having a higher quality looking video increases the chance that one of my videos is going to do really well, and I can reach more people, and I can grow this community, and I don't know, that's super exciting for me. I kind of like the thought of just being like, I don't know, I almost want people to think about my videos as they get to go and relax and fall asleep to their friend talking, someone who's there, because I do want to be there for people within this capacity that we have right here. So that is something I'm trying to create for myself and almost manifest for myself, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at in terms of my development and my growth in this new space as a content creator. Because if we're being realistic, I've been doing this since March, and I've gained a pretty decent following here on YouTube, a pretty decent following on TikTok, and I'm really young at it. Some people have been making YouTube videos for a decade, and those people, I promise you, are still learning all the time. So I'm in just my infancy, and that's so exciting, because it also means that this is my time to learn, make mistakes, and then learn from those. No failures. A failure means that I made something, it did bad, and then I gave up on it. And we're not gonna do that. We're not about that. But I can make mistakes, and I will. I'm gonna continue to make mistakes, because how else am I gonna get better? I need to learn how to edit these videos. I need to learn how to mess around with audio sounds, learn how to do lighting better, all these things. These are all things that are getting continuously better, and me buying some better equipment to make it look better, and probably finding a new spot to do this. This isn't a bad spot, but I want a better one, so working that out, trying to find space. So workshopping this so I can make these as good for you guys, and then YouTube will recognize that, and they'll be like, more people should check this out, because it's good and it helps people, and we can grow our community, and we can engage with each other. And even when I am I'm very limited in my capacity to like be there for someone. Someone else in the community could be there for someone else. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So if there's a takeaway, because I know that was all over the place, is that for if you're suffering from like seasonal depression and stuff like that, know that things are gonna get better. The grass is gonna get greener. Just be patient and continue to push yourself, work on yourself. Even on days when it feels really genuinely tough, just keep pushing. It's worth it, I promise. And then, remember when you're pushing yourself that it's just a failure if you give up afterwards. Otherwise, it's just a mistake, and mistakes are essential to success. That's gonna be it for this time. But if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.